The NFL is officially back. Now, I know the NFL really kicked off when the Cleveland Browns went and played the New York Jets in the Hall of Fame game. Obviously, right? That was the first preseason game of the year. But I don't really think it started until the Houston Texans took on the New England Patriots because, some starters actually played. Now, obviously, in this preseason match, Mac Jones was not going to play in it. Bill Belichick felt like he was too good to start in week 1 of the preseason game. Maybe he'll play in a few preseason games down the line when the season's closer. But for right now, they decided to go with Bailey Zappi, understandable. And then the Houston Texans, on the other hand, complete garbage. They're trash. They had one of the worst records in the NFL. So obviously, they're going to start a few of their starters, right, in this preseason game. And one of those guys was CJ Stroud. Now, CJ Stroud is starting because he's a rookie. He needs a little bit of reps before he just jumps into the NFL season. He's probably going to be their starter week 1. I doubt Davis Mills is going to be holding him back from starting, right? So CJ Stroud, he kicked off his NFL career preseason-wise playing the New England Patriots, and he was given 2 drives. He was given 2 drives to kind of just go out there and show what he's learned, right? He's a rookie, 2nd overall pick, so they're not expecting the world from him. A lot of great quarterbacks have struggled their first seasons and then, gone on to make Hall of Fame careers, right? Anyway, in this little preseason game, CJ Stroud didn't perform his best, to put it lightly. I mean, in his first drive in the preseason, he went out there and made a good, solid pass for about 8 yards. And then the running back, runs it a few times, gets the first down for them. Doesn't matter. And then the first down attempt comes, and he gets sacked for 15 yards. Now, you could blame the O-line, but CJ Stroud didn't get the ball out in time, got sacked for 15 yards. And all of a sudden, a few plays later, and it's 3rd and really long. I want to say 3rd and 21 it was. And that is when CJ Stroud goes out and throws an interception. His 2nd career pass in the preseason, and he throws an interception. That's tough. Obviously, New England would, capitalize on it. They'd end up getting a field goal, I'm pretty sure. So, there's that. But besides the point, we're here to talk about CJ Stroud. He throws an interception in his first drive. So then he's got one more drive, right? His 2nd drive, it starts off with a run and then 2 incompletions and then another run. So they ended up getting the first down, because of a penalty or whatever. There was a penalty. And then CJ Stroud completes another pass to, his guy Sims for 5 yards. And then he scrambles, gets a few more yards, and then they have to punt. So he had 2 first downs. One of them was because of their running back, and the other one was because of a penalty. And he had he gone 2 for 4 with 1 interception. There wasn't really much to see from that. But, he threw an interception in 4 passes? Come on, CJ. I know you're a rookie, but New England they don't have any of their starters out. You got intercepted by a backup, which is crazy. Now, obviously, some would say that it is too early to make any reaction, to base anything off of this. This is way too little of a sample size. But, the season's kicking off, and this was something to talk about, right? So, should we be worried about CJ Stroud? Absolutely not. Now, if he continues to perform like this for the other 2 preseason games, then maybe you can get a little worried. And if he has a slow start to the NFL season this year, say, his first 3 or 4 games are a bit rocky, then maybe some questions should be asked. But he is currently in the worst position by far. I mean, the Houston Texans have absolutely nothing. So he's being put in a really bad position, kind of how Justin Fields was, just thrown to the wolves when he was playing with the Bears. Their team was absolutely awful last season. There was not much he can do, so he just started running for his life. And, that paid off. Did he get any wins? No. And it showed the NFL that Justin Fields could be a real threat if a good team is put around him. And that's what the Bears went out and did this offseason. They had the most cap space in the NFL and got some really solid pickups. I mean, the defense was atrocious last year. So what do the Bears go out and do? They go ahead and they get Justin Fields and guys like Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards to really boost their whatever defense they had. And then they go ahead and they also traded the number 1 overall pick to get DJ Moore and a tackle in Darnell Wright. So they ended up drafting a tackle, and they got Justin Fields, a star wide receiver in DJ Moore, who has gotten 1,000 yards for the last 3 seasons, beside last season. And that's because Carolina had a mess at QB. So, you've seen this time and time again where QBs are given a star receiver in their 3rd year. I mean, Josh Allen was given Stephon Diggs. And look how that turned out. Maybe not no Super Bowl appearance yet, but you know, the AFC is super stacked. So where does this leave CJ Stroud? Well, maybe he struggles in his first couple seasons. Maybe you can't sell anything off of 2 drives, and that's probably true. There's clearly not enough to, you know, assess CJ Stroud on anything. But I really hope this man has a super successful future. He was, what, Big Ten player of the Offensive Player of the Year twice at Ohio State, you know, and Justin Fields is what, former Ohio State guy. So I'm rooting for CJ Stroud. He was fantastic in college. In his first real season, 2021, he would go out and he'd have over 4,000 passing yards, about 4,400, 44 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a QB rating of 186.6. He balled out as a freshman, I guess, with Ohio State, had about 317 completions. And in 2022, it was a little bit of a down year statistically, but you know, Ohio State still did well. I mean, they're top school, they're always going to do well, right? Anyway, in 2022, I want to say that he played 13 games, had about a completion percentage of about 66%, so that dipped a little bit, had only 3,600 passing yards, but he still had 41 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions, and had about a QBR of 177, QB rating, right, of 177.7. So he played amazing in his 2 seasons as a starter for Ohio State. And that is why the Texans went out and selected him 2nd overall. So obviously, with any team, it's going to take a while to build up around a young QB. I mean, you had a 2nd overall pick for a reason. Your team was trash, right? Especially for the Texans, who do not know how to build a good football team. And even when they do, they build it around a bad guy. I mean, they built one around Deshaun Watson. So this Texans organization is a mess. But hopefully, CJ Stroud survives it and makes the organization better as a whole. So who knows? I'm really excited to see how this guy plays. This was his very first preseason game. He didn't perform his best, but I want him to do better. He'll probably do better week 2. You know, I just wanted to give my reaction to the whole thing. I mean, he struggled. He came out the gate and he threw an interception, right? I just wanted to give a quick little reaction was all. That's what this video was. Anyway, that's about it. If you want to see more NFL news, leave a comment about what I should talk about. Or, you know, you want to listen to me talk MLB, NBA. I also do that. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, right? Trying to hit 2K. We're close, I guess. We're a couple of subscribers away to 2K, so subscribe to the channel. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Catch y'all next time. Much love. Deuces.